Hi guys, welcome back to Liquidity and Liquor. This is Yosef Martin with Scott Clary. I wanted to jump on and talk about what I saw today with Andrew Tate, legal team. They had a discussion. So they had an American representative that kind of she's not allowed to speak in front of the court in Romania. So he has the Romanian legal team, but they brought in an American representative as well that consult for the Romanian team. And they made a press release over there, which was kind of interesting. It was a pretty long one and draining, and I had to push it after a while to the end because they didn't really say much other than that they're complying and they're talking all that. But apparently the entire reason they are held right now in jail is not because there are any charges. There are no charges. It's a preventative because they're doing an investigation and they don't want them to leave. So they've been in jail for roughly 90 days already, without any charges, without any witnesses claiming anything, just to check if they actually did something in that regard. So in the meantime, they smeared them saying that he was doing human trafficking, but they do not argue that, yes, there are no charges, no one ever complained, and we're just checking.
There was a couple things that are actually really interesting about this.
According to his legal team.
According to, the internet.
Oh, right. Oh, well, it must
According
be true
to
then.
the internet.
Right.
I'll just tell you things that I've seen on the internet. One of the victims, the alleged victims, has gone on YouTube, and this is.
Oh, she said it's not true.
She said it's not true.
Yes.
A second fact that just came out that they basically tapped the phones of people that were alleged victims, and they pulled all, I guess, their WhatsApp messages, and they were colluding, basically saying that this is a setup, and they found all their private WhatsApp. This is in the past.
Who did that? Who?
I think he hired an investigator.
Oh, so he hired an investigator.
Yeah.
To go and tapped their phone to protect himself. Okay.
So now this was just a few days ago. So WhatsApp messages involving Andrew Tate were filed by Romanian prosecutors, and it shows that the women are colluding against him and making this up and making it seem like they were victims. So this is all hearsay. This is all, none of it's been proven, none of it. So this is all, you have to do your own research, do your own diligence. It's very important. But the point is, if this is all very true, that's very scary for somebody that built a very
Where do you think it happens, though? Where do you think it happens?
Social media brand.
But what do you think it happens? Look, so there are 2 points, right? One is there are reasons for the allegations, and he's just throwing smoke, and yes, he does do bad stuff and whatever, and that's why he's in jail. The other one is, no, the metrics is real. It's the question, and then, which I would much rather have him being a villain going behind bar, and the metrics is not what he said it is, right?
It's better to feel like he's actually a bad dude who's in jail than a government or a group of individuals.
I much rather believe that it's not true, that the government is not doing that. Yeah, but the question is, assuming, and it seems from what I see, if there were evidence, I'm sure they would shout it to the sky, because the first thing they did was they just accused him first of, without any names, without anything. So, and that was something that kept going on and on and on. But assuming he's right, and assuming that he is innocent and they just want to frame him, the question is why? Why and who? What would be the reason? Because look, if you're saying he's a misogynist and he's a feminist, he's a chauvinist and so on, go to Saudi Arabia. He's nothing compared to them. Have you seen Saudi Arabia? Only recently they allowed them to drive. If you're a woman in Saudi Arabia, you cannot live without, you cannot you can't get out of the country without your husband's permission, right? So that's not the reason. But why? And I tried to ask myself, is it because he was touching a little bit on the political side and he was very influential?
Well, you think about the people that are outspoken. So you have Andrew Tate. You have Jordan Peterson to a degree. Mm-hmm. It's all people that are
on the right side,
actively, even like Ben Shapiro, all these right commentators. They're people that are not just speaking to the audience that they have. So right side individuals, or like Andrew Tate. I don't even think he's that political, to be quite honest. But I'm pretty sure he's an anti-woke.
Yeah, he barely spoke about politics,
but
right?
they actively push back against more liberal ideologies. They actively push back against.
Yeah, but who's
and why does
they?
that? Why does
who's
that?
the day that does that? Is it what the Democratic Party that has
No, it can't be.
influence? Who does that?
I think it's.
It can be the Romanian authorities. It have to come from America or
No, but I do believe that. I believe that the left is louder on social media than the right. I believe that. I mean, this is sort of dovetailing from cancel culture. Like, why were people canceled for incorrect reasons? Not people that were canceled for valid reasons. People that were canceled for incorrect reasons. So because they had certain political views and they were canceled. And this is why Elon was, for the longest time, he was apolitical. And then all of a sudden, people hate Elon because he's speaking about free speech and Twitter and all this stuff, and don't cancel a right-wing government representative just because of the views, or a right-wing political commentator.
But look at the difference.
But I'll tell you,
all
no.
of
The
them.
point is,
They put him in jail. This is not what they
but
did.
it's social pressure. It's social pressure to achieve an end result. That's why people were canceled.
By who? It wasn't political. It was. I'm sorry. It wasn't. So if you look at, say, Joe Rogan, right? If you look at anyone that got canceled heavily and the media was pushing it, the difference is they didn't freeze their bank accounts. They didn't shut down every app on their phone overnight. They didn't go and put them in jail. With this guy, it's something else. The question is why and who?
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, a mystery. Maybe one day we'll know.
All right. Okay, that's it for today. If you enjoyed, please subscribe on YouTube. If you enjoyed this podcast, you can download and listen to it wherever you get your podcasts or on liquidityandliquor.com.